Hi and welcome everyone. Welcome back to today's video. I'm Teacher Putri and today we're gonna talk solar time. You heard that right. We are gonna build our own solar system. But before that, you're gonna listen to some stories and also going to learn about space. Let's get ready to blast off. Hello everyone! As you already know, today we'll be making our own solar system. But before that, let's blast off into space. We're gonna talk all about the solar system, space, and everything in it. Let's go! Turn to your student's book, page 98. We will be reading a story and then listening about it. The story is called The Solar System. There are 8 planets in our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. There are 8 planets in our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The Sun is at the center of our solar system. It is a star, and all the planets go around it. The Sun is at the center of our solar system. It is a star, and all the planets go around it. Earth is the planet people live on. Earth is the planet people live on. Mercury is the planet closest to the Sun. It's also the smallest planet. Mercury is very hot, but the hottest planet is Venus. Mercury is the planet closest to the Sun. It's also the smallest planet. Mercury is very hot, but the hottest planet is Venus. Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are the coldest planet. Neptune is also the farthest planet from the Sun. Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are very big, but Jupiter is the biggest planet of all. Now, let's read the story again. There are 8 planets in our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The Sun is at the center of our solar system. It is a star, and all the planets go around it. Earth is the planet people live on. Mercury is the planet closest to the Sun. It's also the smallest planet. Mercury is very hot, but the hottest planet is Venus. Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are the coldest planet. Neptune is also the farthest planet from the Sun. Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are very big, but Jupiter is the biggest planet of all. Now, let's listen to the story together.
Module 10. Our World. Science.
The Solar System. There are 8 planets in our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The Sun is at the center of our solar system. It is a star, and all the planets go around it. Earth is the planet people live on. Mercury is the planet closest to the Sun. It's also the smallest planet. Mercury is very hot, but the hottest planet is Venus. Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are the coldest planets. Neptune is also the furthest planet from the Sun. Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are very big, but Jupiter is the biggest planet of all.
Now that you've listened to the story, let's look at the top part of page 98. Let's talk a bit about the vocabulary. Let's recap on comparative and superlative adjectives before touching on vocabulary page 98. Comparative adjective, when you want to compare something to one thing or one person. Superlative is when you want to compare to more than one person or thing, or the highest degree. Tall, taller, comparative. The tallest, superlative. Vocabulary page 98. Planet, around, close, far. Let's talk about the solar system. Welcome to Talk Solar Time. Here, giving you everything you need to know about the solar system in simple informations. Let's blast off. Number 1. What is the solar system? The solar system consists of the Sun, the Earth, where you are now, and all of the planets, asteroids, and comets that orbit it. Orbit means to go in circles or go around in circle of something. You may believe that the Earth is a large place, which, prospectively, it is. But it isn't even the biggest planet in the solar system. Jupiter is the largest planet. How does Jupiter look like? Well, we'll be talking about that a little later. 1,321 Earths could fit inside Jupiter. Yes, you heard that right. 1,321 of our planet could fit inside Jupiter. That is how large it is. But what's even larger is the Sun. The Sun is even larger than Jupiter. 1.3 million Earth-sized planets would be required to fill the same volume as the Sun. 1.3 million Earth. Can you imagine how big the Sun is? For most of history, everything in space was thought to revolve around the Sun. Meaning, throughout history, people believed that everything had to go around the Sun. But around the 17th century, the idea that the Earth is just one of the planets in the system began to gain popularity. In fact, the Sun is only one of over 200 billion stars circling the Milky Way. Just imagine if the Sun is only one of those 200 billion stars. I wonder how big the other stars are, how bright, and how beautiful. We don't really have an image or a picture on how exactly the Milky Way and the other stars look like, but this is just an example of how big space is. Our solar system is made up of 8 planets that revolve around our star, the Sun. The planets I will be talking about later. Our solar system formed 4.6 billion years ago. How old are you now? Because you're living in a solar system that was created 4.6 billion years ago. Quick planet fact. This is how the planets are arranged in our solar system. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. Jupiter is the largest planet of the solar system. Neptune is the furthest planet from the Sun. Here is another rough image on how our solar system looks like. Surrounded by stars, planets, the Sun, asteroids, and all other things that we have yet to venture. Now, let's talk about planets. These are the 8 planets that we know of for now. There may be more, but I'm just going to touch on the famous 8. Here are just some simple facts that you should know. These are how the planets are arranged. From closest to the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Where do we live? Yes, we live on Earth. These are semi-realistic images of how our planets are supposed to look like in real life. Now, let's dive into the facts, starting from the smallest planet, Mercury. Mercury, the smallest planet in our solar system, is only about the size of the Atlantic Ocean. The size of the Atlantic Ocean is about 106 million square kilometers. The Earth, our planet, could fit about 18 Mercury-sized planets. The planet, like all other planets, lacks atmosphere, which is something only our planet Earth has. There is also no water on this hazardous planet. The temperature ranges from negative 180 Celsius to 430 degrees Celsius. This is also the fastest planet. It speeds through space with 50 kilometers per second. These are images of what Mercury looks like. As you can see, it looks very dry, but also very glowy with a beautiful glowing red. Moving on to the second planet, Venus. Venus, named after the Roman goddess of beauty, also known as the evening or morning star. Yellow clouds of sulfur and sulfuric acid cover the entire planet, causing light to reflect off the surface. You don't have to know what sulfur and sulfuric acid is for now, but you should know that these two elements cause Venus to look like a mirror, which is why it is given the name of beauty or morning and evening star. Venus is now the second brightest object in the night sky after the moon. That is how beautiful Venus is. In terms of size and structure, Venus is very similar to Earth. Means it's not as big or not as small as Earth, it's almost the same. However, with temperature reaching 460 degrees Celsius, it is the hottest planet in the solar system. Venus's surface is home to thousands of volcanoes, craters, and super high mountain ranges. To the left is an image of Venus showing how hot the boiling planet is. However, on the right, you can see why it is called the morning or evening star. So beautiful, reflective, and just as bright as the moon. Next is our home planet, Earth. The moon is our solar system's largest natural satellite. It is the fifth largest planet in our solar system. Except for the Earth, all planets were named after Roman and Greek gods and goddesses. Despite this, the name Earth is over 1,000 years old and is simply named ground. Personally, I think this name suits us very much. Everything, everyone has ever known is right here. This is the only place where life is known to exist right now. There could be other lives in other planets, but for now, we are the only living thing in the solar system. Water covers the majority of the Earth's surface, roughly 70%. As all of you already know, here is a picture of our beloved Earth, which we must take care of because this is the only place that we can live on right now. So, please take care of the Earth and stop global warming. Start recycling and do your part as an Earthling. Let's fly off to Mars. Mars, the most likely candidate for a future human habitat, is occasionally affected by massive dust storms that cover the entire planet. Because of our space trips or missions to Mars, it is possible that we may be able to live in Mars as a backup planet, but nothing is confirmed. However, there is a high chance. Mars is extremely cold and dry, but water exists in the form of ice at both the north and the south poles. Mars' surface is filled with craters, deep valleys, and volcanoes. The highest peak on Mars is Olympus Mons, a volcano 3 times higher than Mount Everest, the highest mountain on Earth. Here is a picture of Mars. Even though it's cold and dry, it may be the second habitat for us humans. Let's talk about the largest planet, Jupiter. Jupiter is the solar system's largest planet. The planet's most famous feature is the Great Red Spot, which is actually a storm that has been blowing for at least 350 years, if not longer. There is a storm that was given the name the Great Red Spot, and it has been blowing for 350 years. Can you believe that? Jupiter has some of the largest moons in the solar system, and one of them, Europa, may be capable of supporting life in an ocean beneath its icy surface. Juno is a spacecraft that is currently orbiting Jupiter. Juno is investigating how the planet formed and learning more about the winds that occur. From these images of Jupiter, you can see a red dot that is called the Great Red Spot, and the storm that I said has been blowing for at least 350 years on Jupiter. Buckle up, flying off to Saturn. Saturn, like Jupiter, Neptune, and Uranus, is actually a gas giant. That means that it lacks a proper solid surface because it is mostly made out of gases with a small rocky core. To explain, it actually has a stone in the middle called the core, and the rest is actually just gas. Saturn is the second largest planet and it's known for its rings. Although the other gas giants have rings, Saturn's rings are the clearest. Titan, Saturn's moon, is the second largest in the solar system. We are now in Uranus, getting closer to the last planet. Uranus is the second farthest planet from the Sun, so it must travel a long distance to complete one orbit around our home star. Uranus takes about 84 years to complete one orbit around the Sun. Uranus is a blue planet, but not because of water, but because of the gas that gives it its color. Uranus orbits on its side, so its seasons are diametrically opposed to ours. At the North and South Poles, summer and winter each take 21 years. Welcome to the last planet, Neptune. Neptune is closely related to Uranus. Their atmosphere are almost identical, and Neptune, like Uranus, appears blue. The name Neptune is derived from the Roman god of the sea and refers to its deep blue color. Neptune is the planet farthest from the Sun. It takes 165 years for Neptune to complete one orbit around the Sun. No space probes have ever visited Neptune or its partner Uranus, but the space probe Voyager 2 did a flyby in 1989, so we don't actually have much information because there are never missions or even robots probe near Uranus and Neptune, but one has been able to fly by just for a peek of the planet. Before we start making our own solar system, let's play! We are gonna play Spot the Missing Planet. There will be 4 planets on the screen. One planet will be removed. Identify which planet that was removed. Let's give it a go! There are 4 sets. Here is set number 1. From the left, Earth, Mars, Uranus, Jupiter. Which planet will be removed? Oh no! Looks like one planet has been removed. We only have Mars, Uranus, Jupiter now. Which planet was removed? Have you figured out the missing planet? Let's check the answers together. 1, 2, 3. Earth was the answer. If you guessed Earth, congratulations. Let's move to the second set. Here we have Neptune, Uranus, Mercury, and Saturn. Let's see which will be removed. One planet has been removed. Can you guess which one? Let's check your answer in 3, 2, 1. The missing planet was Neptune. Moving on to the third set. I see Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Earth. Which planet will be removed? Oh no, I don't see one of the planets. But which planet is it? Do you know what planet is missing? Let's see if you're right. In 3, 2, 1. The missing planet was Jupiter. Now we are on the last set. Look carefully. We are on Uranus, Mercury, Neptune, and Jupiter. Which planet do you think will be removed? Oh no, one planet is gone. Can you identify which planet is not here? Do you already have an answer? Are you sure? Alright, let's see if that's the right answer. In 3, 2, 1. Uranus is the missing planet. Congratulations on finishing all 4 sets. Now we can blast off to our project today. Now everyone, welcome to the exciting session, which is making our own solar system. Listen carefully to the instructions. I will now tell you what materials you need and how to make the solar system. Are you ready? Let's go. Now, please turn to page 101. Project: Make a solar system mobile. You will need scissors, colored paper, string, glue, cardboard, and any other materials you will need to decorate your solar system, such as colored pencil, stickers, tape, and any other things you would like to add to make it as you and as creative as possible. Now let's move on to the instructions. Listen carefully. Draw a circle on a piece of colored card, then cut it out. Draw the planets on pieces of the colored card. Cut the planets out. Attach the planets to the colored card circle with string. Let's go through the instructions again, but simplified. First, let's draw your planets. Once you are done, cut out your planets. Paste it on a piece of cardboard. Then cut out the planets. Attach the planets together with string. Now you have made a mobile solar system. Let's try to do it yourself.
머뭇거리지만 move on. 자, 시간이었어. 너의 미래는 바로 상상을 달렸어. 두려움 따윈 버려. 우린 그래도 돼. 모든 열쇠 너에게 있는데 잠들지 않아도 꿈꾸던 널 잊지 않기로 바래 바래. 오늘 우리 함께 신나게 한번 불태워볼까. 꼭 하나 된 feeling feeling. So turn me up. We got that power power. 네가 나를 볼 때 서로 같은 마음이 느껴질 때 power 멈추면 stop 시간은 가 지금도 틱탁 We take shots We take shots 떠나자 우리가 bang power 이어폰 살고 reload 나오는 멜로디로 시끄러운 손 닫고 볼륨은 up high We got that power every time
힘들지 않아도 꿈꾸던 널
I'll keep it party party 오늘 다시 함께
신나게 한번 불태워볼까
꼭 하는 feeling feeling So turn me up We got that power power 네가 나를 볼 때 서로 같은 마음이 느껴질 때 Power power 더 강해지는 걸 Turn the music up na 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 We got that power power 네 음악을 통해 다시 목소리로 노래할 때 Power power 더 강해지는 걸 Turn the music up na 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 스쳐버리는 그날이 오면 기억해 baby 아름다웠던 우리 다시 일어날 수 있는 그 힘은 네 안에 있다는 걸 Oh we got that Oh we got that yeah. Oh yeah We got that We got that power power 이 음악을 통해 다시 한 목소리로 노래할 때 Power power 더 강해지는 걸 Turn the music up na 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 Turn the music up na 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 We got that
Yeah. Let's go right now. 오늘은 young and free. Yeah. Rhythm got my heel, flip on 바람 부듯이 어깨를 양쪽 쇠하며 맞춘 걸음걸이 가볍게 입고 나와 붕들 것처럼 마련 이 위치에서 숨쉬는 산소보다가 달라
너 원하는 어디든 going drive 저 떠오르는 곳을 다 말해봐
And you know I want like dancing on the night 보여줄게 따라해봐 들어가지 마
툭툭 털고서 나를 따라와 어서 좋아하는 음악이 지금도 발이 더 거침없이 떠나보란 말하지 설렘 마음에 훌쩍 올라타봐
위에살을 나서 피해 도망가보자고 멀리 누가 우리 찾아도 못 들은지 Kick 'em with me
Young and free 가벼운 마음으로 이 길을 나서 You and me 끝없는 고민은 내려놓고 Everyday 한 번이 삶이 더 빛나도록 소중한 건 바로 있어 Young and free Young and free Young and free Young and free
We can make it digital, all in control Connected dots, different spots 그려지는 대로 세상 넓어져 발음을 하기 더 어려운 곳에 가져 우린 가장 많은 게 time girl
따로 막힌 뻔한 도시와 손 흔들어 goodbye 날 찾지 마
지금은 주는 네 기분을 남긴 picture 내일이 되면 또 다른 포즈로 찍어봐 영어로 tomorrow
어떤 준비도 꽉찬 계획 없이도 자유로운 여백이 열어둔 맘이 더 좋은 것을 채워주기도 하지 뭐 하고 있어 이럴 시간 없어
바지 주머니 있는 것들을 다 빼버려봐 우린 뛰어서 갈 거야 만 입은 get the hiccups
Young and free 가벼운 마음으로 이 길을 나서 You and me 끝없는 고민은 내려놓고 Everyday 한 번이 삶이 더 빛나도록 소중한 건 바로 있어 Young and free Young and free Young and free Young and free
You got my love
내일보다 우린 오늘 안에 있어 다시 오지 않을 순간이니까
매 순간은 질투고 잊어봐 꿈을 꾸듯이 엉켜버릴 시간이 없어 living
This is my solar system mobile.
take a photo of your solar system so I can see it. Was today's project fun? I found it quite hard, but it looks very pretty. Well, that's all for today's video. See you at the next. Teacher Putri out.